When a TSA agent accused me of faking my panic disorder and tried to confiscate my psychiatric service dog, my faith in strangers was restored. I had just placed my bag on the conveyor belt when the agent looked at my dog's vest and said, "Great, another fake service animal." I showed him my documentation, the same way I had at a dozen airports before. The agent looked at the papers and laughed. "Anxiety? That's not even a real disability. You're just bringing your pet on the plane for free." I explained that my dog was trained to detect panic attacks before they happen, and he cut me off. Sure he is. I've heard every excuse in the book. You millennials will say anything to break the rules. He held up my doctor's letter. This could have been printed by anyone. I've seen people fake cancer diagnoses to skip lines at theme parks. I could feel my hand starting to shake, and my dog pressed against my leg the way he was trained to. The agent noticed and smirked. "Look at that. You trained him to do that on cue." Very convincing. He grabbed my dog's leash from my hand. "I'm confiscating this animal until we verify your paperwork. You can pick him up after your flight if everything checks out." My throat was closing up and I couldn't get words out. He leaned closer. "What's wrong? Having one of your convenient panic attacks? Funny how they only happen when you're caught lying." A woman behind me in line said loudly, "This is ridiculous. Let her through." The agent turned and snapped at her. "Ma'am, if you interfere with the security procedure, I'll have you removed from the airport. Step back." The woman went quiet. He pulled my dog toward the security office. "Come on, buddy. Let's get you away from your so-called owner." My vision was tunneling and my chest felt like it was in a vice. I tried to follow, but my legs wouldn't move right. The agent stopped and turned around. "See, you're walking just fine. If you were really having a medical emergency, you'd be on the ground." My dog was whining and pulling toward me. A man's voice from somewhere in the line called out, "Are you serious right now?" I recognized him. He was the businessman who had complained to a flight attendant last month about my dog being in first class. He had said service animals shouldn't be allowed in premium cabins. The agent said, "Excuse me?" The man walked forward. "I've seen this woman and her dog on 3 flights. The dog doesn't move, doesn't make noise, and I watched him wake her up from what looked like a night terror on a red-eye to Denver." He turned to look at the line of passengers. "Everyone here just watched you grab a medical alert dog away from someone who's clearly having a medical episode. Does that seem right to you?" A teenager pulled out her phone. "I've been recording since you grabbed the dog. My mom has a service dog for her diabetes." The agent's face went red. "I was simply verifying documentation per TSA protocol." The businessman stepped closer. "You called her a liar, mocked her disability, and physically separated her from medical equipment. That's not protocol. That's abuse of authority." Another passenger said, "I'm an attorney, and I just watched you violate the Air Carrier Access Act." A woman ran up in a TSA supervisor uniform. "What's going on here?" Multiple people started talking at once. The agent tried to hand my dog's leash back to me, but the businessman took it instead and brought my dog over to me himself. He knelt down so we were at eye level. "Focus on the dog. Let him do his job." My dog licked my face and did his deep pressure therapy, and slowly I could breathe again. The supervisor was writing furiously on a tablet. The agent said, "I was just doing my job." The businessman stood up and said to the supervisor, "Your employee just caused a medical emergency because he decided her disability wasn't real enough."